Hey, how do I go into it?
Hey everybody.
So awkward.
It's fine, I like it.
Hey everybody, it's freezing cold out here. We're gonna do a real quick video about ND filters on my way back to the car. I have one on the camera right now. I am talking super fast and that's ridiculous. Hey everybody, we're going to talk about some ND filters today and how they can be used to help improve not only your video but your photography as well. Now, an ND filter is kind of like sunglasses for your camera. When it's super bright outside, you can slap one onto your lens and it will dramatically decrease the amount of light that comes through. They can either screw on or they can be magnetized depending on which brand you get. Pricing ranges all over the place. You can get them for $15 all the way up to like $300, depending on which ones you buy. When you're shooting video, sorry about the wind, but when you're shooting video, you want to keep your shutter speed basically twice what your frame rate is. So say you're shooting 60 frames per second, you're going to want that at 125 or 125th of a second. Now, if it's super bright outside, you could crank up your shutter to reduce the light and help balance out your exposure. But you don't really want to do that because it could affect the quality of your video. So what you want to do is you slap on an ND filter and now your light is adjustable without changing your shutter speed. Second, it actually helps a bunch with your aperture. If you want super professional looking video with a really nice depth of field, you want your aperture to be at a certain setting, depending on what look you're going for. Now, to help adjust the light, you can increase your aperture to like f11, but you won't have that shallow depth of field that you often are aiming to achieve. So you slap an ND filter on the front and again, you can control the amount of light that goes into your camera. So you can keep your shutter speed the same, your ISO the same, and drop your aperture down from 5.6 to 2.8, and then you just adjust your ND filter to balance out your exposure. Now, real quick, here's a little video just to show, without changing any settings, what an ND filter can achieve. All right, so you can kind of see the benefits for video, but this can also improve your photography. It helps a lot with landscape photographers that are shooting, I am overexposed right now. I'm going to adjust my ND a bit. We're just gonna go right there. Okay. Now, okay. Now, as I was saying, an ND filter can also help photographers, especially landscape photographers. You're often shooting like moving water. Waterfalls are a big example where, once again, you want to adjust your exposure but not change your shutter speed. So what you do is, with an ND filter, if you have a high shutter speed, you're going to stop all the motion. But with a low shutter speed, you can get that nice like motion blur, kind of dreamy effect that you might be looking for. So with an ND filter, you can adjust your shutter speed and then help balance out your exposure with an ND filter. All right, that's all I got this week. Stay tuned for next week's video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll check you out next time. Bye.